How's it hanging, fellas? I'm OrosZ, and this is another episode of Patapon 2. This is a very long episode. 46 minutes, Jesus Christ, what the fuck was I doing in this episode? Seems like I went hunting in between episodes. Since I had my, Oh, what am I going with archers? Why am I doing that? Or do I just want to upgrade them because, I don't know, no reason really? I have a good reason to do any of this? I have a thunder bow. Had like a cool bow I found, I think, a couple of episodes ago. But I'm not sure if I didn't throw that bow away. I mean, threw it away, I didn't collected it because I died. In recent episodes, I've been doing kind of shit. Like, I've been dying on missions, I've been failing a mission after mission, I'm not doing very well. I'm doing horribly. And I've been kind of curious whether when the fuck will I start doing better? Maybe this is the reason this Let's Play is so long, because it just takes so long to defeat any mission. Seems like I'm awfully hard on myself. Oh look, we finally have legendary stews, I made them, finally. I finally prepared something that will actually fucking help me. Not sure why my hero is a... Oh, there we go, Patapon. We do want a Patapon. And fuck that friendship sword, I want the heavenly sword, or whatever it's called. And the mask can stay the same. Ooh, I got a bull variant. If you're curious, how do you change the type of your Patapon? Well, he's a Patapon, so if you unlock a Patapon that's a bull, he also can become one. So it's not like you have to upgrade heroes separately. You just gotta upgrade whatever kind of Patapon you got. But you know how when you go to the upgrade screen, you have each of your Patapon, and I mean each of your Patapon in your army, and each one has to be upgraded separately? So if you upgrade one Patapon to be really powerful, the rest of them will just remain normal and not be very powerful. Also, I do think it's worth investing at least one of your Patapons in your army to become, like, very good, but if I learned anything from this playthrough is that I don't think it's worth investing in all of them at once. I think if you have them... First of all, when you start off the game, I think the best hero type... All depends if you want to do damage or want to defense. Well, if you want to have defense, then Patapon is the best type. Or if you want to deal damage, then either the bow Patapon or the spear Patapon is better. And I would also advise not to change Patapons too early, like I did when I invested in my Decapons. Speaking of my Decapon, one of them has like weird little suns on his shoulders. What the fuck's that? He looks kind of funny. He's all blue and has just like these big red balls on his shoulder. I'm dealing 1000 damage. Who the fuck in my army is dealing 1000 damage? Oh, the catapult. I forgot I have that. Now I fucking know who the fuck's dealing this much damage. And here I was thinking I did something cool in between episodes that made me tougher. Well, I did. I made a stew. I made a nice, delicious mushroom stew. Actually, I think it's pumpkin stew. Because to achieve the perfect stew, you have to make it out of a pumpkin. And pumpkins are like the rarest vegetable to get. It's cabbage, parsnip, and I think pumpkin's the rarest. It comes carved already. It has like an evil face on it. I got a Red Bull over here. I never had a Red Bull on this channel. Will it give me wings or a heart attack? We'll see. I like the fucking bull logos even on the, I don't know, the pin. Tastes like any energy drink. Or maybe even slightly worse. Ooh, that's cool. Maybe even slightly worse. That's a shoulder pad. I said it because it kinda looks like a horse's face. That'd be a pretty badass looking horse if that was a horse. But I'm pretty sure that's a shoulder pad. Funny how I find one shoulder pad, but then I equip it and I have two. Perhaps the other one is behind the first one. That's the perspective here. Funny thing, I was in town today and I was like taking care of stuff. And I was just like going from one place to another and stuff. And I was thinking, while I was doing that, it's like if I'm playing an RPG and I have a bunch of quests that take place in one town, and I'm just running from one person to another, just like talking to everyone. That's what I did today. Wait, why am I being set on fire even though these guys have done their bows? Now that I think about it, what the fuck does the Thunderbolt does? There's no stat like electrocution. You can only... The only effects Patapon can have is burning, being frozen, and sleeping. I think. I believe... What? Evil Catapult? Oh, the Zigotons came back. When did this happen? I don't know, but they're cool. They're my friends. I was thinking about this game yesterday and I was like, didn't the ending of Patapon 1 had the Patapon actually reach the Earth End, which is their goal? And the Earth End had like a sun? There was like a Patapon in the sky who was like the sun. I guess that was perhaps me. How I'm supposed to look in this game. You know, the almighty Oro. The god of Patapons. And there was like a princess. It just made me think, what the fuck? Why? How does the ending of Patapon 1 connect to the end to the beginning of this game? Because this game begins with like a wreck shipwreck. I mean, and the Patapons are just like fucked. That I took the backwind spell. I mean, miracle, summon, whatever you wanna call these. I think they're called miracles. Also, last episode I learned that by using miracles, apparently you replenish Patapon's health. So I should be using those even though I don't need to, just to replenish their health. Like the defense one or the attack one. The downside is that when I do that, my fever goes away. No, it didn't happen. I must have picked up a potion while I was doing it, and I thought it was the case. So we need to defeat this enormous fortress. My fucking lamp is pissing me off. It's keep turning on and off on its own. I need it off. I don't need fucking light right now. I like sitting in the dark. It's better that way. Sitting in the unknown, not knowing anything. Fuck, what's that sound? This thing is fucked up. Look how easily it like defeated me. Like I can't even walk up to it. Like none of my... I believe the Spear Patapon will probably be a better option to take for this mission. Because my Patapons can't even fucking get close to this motherfucking whatever this is. Because there's like a fucking axe being dropped on their head, there's a boss saw, and there's a giant cannon. Even though I have backup from the Zigotons, I took a Legendaries 2 on this mission, and I have a backwind summon. I feel like I'm gonna lose. Well, I mean, think of the positives, at least all my archers are still alive. Wait. I have archers and Megapons. I just noticed that. Well, I'm about to have non-Megapons. My only one's about to fucking die. I watched Dune yesterday, the new one. Not the old one. The old one maybe I'll watch some other time, but I watched the new one that everyone's talking about recently, and I liked it. Wasn't too amazed by it or anything, I just liked it. I feel like it's hard to amaze me, to be honest. I don't know what the fuck I would have to happen or I would have to watch to be genuinely amazed by it. I kinda have a weird taste. I'm like... it happens often that like people talk about and praise something as if it's the best thing to ever fucking grace fucking screens. such as this movie. And then I watched it, I'm like, yeah, it's okay. I liked it. But I wouldn't fucking go that far. Maybe I'll offend Dune fans, but I kept thinking that this is like Star Wars. Star Wars was more depressing and dark. But I do know that Dune, I think, originated before Star Wars, so I will give it that. And the original Dune movie is from the 80s. While the original Star Wars is from the 70s. But the books, I think, originated in the 60s. So who knows, maybe Star Wars stole from Dune. Perhaps it did. I heard the books are all about like politics and there's not much action. Thankfully, this movie had some action. Usually I would recap the plot, but I don't know if it's the best idea now. Spend this entire episode spoiling you the fucking plot of Dune. Maybe I'll just say what I liked and what I disliked. I like the environments a lot. I love the brutalism fucking temple that the bad guys were hanging out in. I kept having this feeling like these rooms are way too big for what they're actually for. These guys just like aren't space efficient. They don't give a shit. So a room that's for conversation of 3 people could be just a simple small fucking office. But no, in this case it has to be this giant fucking tall as fuck room. A lot of costumes are great. For example, at the beginning there's these characters who wore masks. And they're really cool looking. I think they were supposed to be like religious monks or something, or maybe warriors, I'm not sure, but they look really cool. I really like them. I hope I'm fighting this thing for the next 30 fucking minutes. Because if I don't, and this fucking machine will just... Maybe it'll just take me this long to defeat it. This fucking thing sucks. This level sucks. I'm doing so horribly recently in these episodes. My whole army's dead already. At least my archers are alive. I remember one time I was watching, I think it was this episode actually. I mean this mission in someone else's Let's Play. That guy I brought up before, I think even this Let's Play I was talking about him. Who made a Patapon Let's Play a long time ago, and there was like a sequence in that where there were a bunch of fucking arrows flying from left and right, and he compared it to a seed in 300. Which I guess it's true, I haven't seen 300 too. Catching up with the movies I haven't seen. A lot of movies I have that I'm going to watch at some point, and the order I watch them is just like whatever one I feel like watching right now. What's wrong with the Zigotons on the cannon? They kinda look weird. Overall, the Patapons that aren't like in the actual gameplay and they're like in the background doing stuff, they just look like kinda off. They look like if you had official Patapon and these are like the bootleg Patapons. Like you can barely tell the difference because they're so simplistic looking, but you can kinda tell something's off about them. Like the proportion ain't exactly the same, like their arms are a bit too long. I don't even know if there's like any Patapon merchandise. I think I'll look it up. Since I have my phone over here. Oh, that's right, I was supposed to do something on my phone. Shit. Alright, let me look up Patapon merch first. And, I like how in the movie nobody uses like blasters or anything. Nobody has guns. They all fight mainly with swords. Like not even swords, like daggers. Which is pretty cool. I mean there are some like shirts I find, but they're pretty simple. Just a bunch of Patapons. Ooh, what's this? Oh yeah, I found a plushie of a Patapon. Looks pretty cute. Patapon figurines. Dude, I want them. Other keychains. Huh, nice. I love how they're all different, but just like the same Patapon, just with a different fucking facial expression. And they could have figurines for like a Decapon, Megapon, the Horse Pawn, whatever his name is. See, this is what I'm talking about. Well, you don't see it, I forgot. There's like a shirt with a Patapon face on it, but you can kind of tell something's off about that Patapon. The plushy Patapon is also a little bit disproportional to how Patapons actually look, but this I can kind of understand because it's a plushie. And Patapons have very thin limbs. If you made a thin plushie, then it's probably more easy to rip, right? I just fucking poked my microphone. Didn't meant to do that. Well, I don't know how much of this merch is official, but some of it is from eBay, some of it is from some weird websites. I don't know. You know what I thought? Maybe I could like find like a website, like a make your own shirt kind of website, and I could like put my logo on it. You know my logo, like on the thumbnails in the corner, that little symbol. That's what my logo is supposed to be. I'll tell you that much. I didn't put much thought into it, but it's not bad. I mean, what the fuck you want it to be? Like edgy, like Monster Energy logo or some shit like that? That's not what I wanted to do. Oh my god, everybody's dead. I'm still fighting this fucking thing. Yeah, and everybody's fighting with daggers, and they got these cool shields, which I think that was done before. I think Star Trek had something going on like that. Where the shield protects you from like like if I were to hit you in the face, the shield would like deflect that attack. But if I were to like slowly poke you, you know, like slowly kind of like stab you with a knife, then the attacks would go through. So that's possibly why nobody uses blasters, because everybody has a shield on. So if you were to shoot somebody, it would just deflect the bullets. So to kill someone in the Dune universe, I guess you gotta go into like direct fucking combat with them and like cut them. Which is pretty badass. Jason Momoa's in it. And I remember people complaining about, before I watched it, I saw people complain online that this movie's so depressing and dark and boring. And there's not a single joke. And only joke in the movie is by Jason Momoa. And I was like, he said a joke, but it was kind of like, wasn't very funny. It was just kind of like a silly thing he said because he met the main character, whose name's Paul. And he said something funny to him, and then Paul said something funny back, because they clearly really like each other. They're friends. Characters are cool too, like for example, Paul is a prince, right? And his father almost falls into that whole fucking thing, how he wants his son to be like his successor, and he wants the best for his son, but all his son wants to sing or dance or whatever. He doesn't want to be a prince or the next king. I defeated. Nice. Oh, and I got an amazing fucking fire spear. Nice, thank you. Oh, and now I can't progress because my only fucking line of defense is gone. Man, that fucking Zigotons. What the fuck is it? Cannon? Fucking sturdy as fuck. But he almost seems like he's going to be dead, but he's actually not. Or at least Paul is more understanding of his duties as a prince. Instead of saying like, I want to dance and sing all day, I don't want to be a prince. He kind of knows that he has to be a prince, and at some point later in the movie where he has to succeed him, right? He becomes very determined that this is what he has to do. Instead of saying like, oh well, now I guess I can do whatever I want. So I like that, you know. Hold on. I'm pirating Bionicle movies. Legend Reborn. I remember watching that one. a long time ago. I only remember the beginning because it actually had a Bionicle like it. That was the time where Bionicles were like tall and badass looking, instead of like short and silly. I remember that was my favorite era of Bionicles. Even though when I see people talk about Bionicles now, they don't really bring up that one. They bring up like the early ones. That was the one I liked. I was never into Bionicles too much. I don't even know what the fuck's like the plot of Bionicles. What on earth? Getting some weird fucking messages. I had a problem with my credit card because I couldn't for the love of me fucking use it. I tried using it in many places, but I couldn't. And you know what the fucking turns out was the issue? I fucking went to the bank and I told them what the fuck happened, and I actually tried to using my card in front of them, and it didn't work. And they were like, "Oh yeah, it doesn't work. Something's wrong." Oh, great, Otto. We can't seem to find Lady Madden. Well, that's great. I don't give a shit about her. She can fucking rot for all I fucking care. Madden has done nothing but piss me off, be a fucking issue, a nuisance, and on top of all that, she, I think, is a religious fanatic who brainwashes all of my other Patapons into blindly following some kind of fucking destiny or whatever the fuck. I don't like her. I don't like her one bit. I want her to fucking leave my people alone. She's the main villain. Not for real, I genuinely believe Madden might be the actual main villain of Patapon. Oh, don't tell me this cool fucking shoulder pad I found this fucking shit. Yeah, it just makes me slower. Makes me slower and doesn't give me any resistance. I'll give me some health. Guess it's better than the friendship ones. Maybe. Ah, jeez. Yeah, and the main character, Paul, not only is a prince to like the kingdom that he's a part of, but he's also like the chosen one because apparently he's the son of the king, and also the son his mother is like part of like a religious cult where apparently they can mind control people by using their like super voices that they have. Oh look, I found a new song and a secret level I unlocked. It's my the Don Chaka Ballad of 1999. It helps you recover from fire and sleep attacks. That's the one I told you about. That's the one that nullifies all the side effects. Now with all the songs I can play in this game at my disposal, do you possibly think that I'm gonna stop fucking sucking ass? For example, if I lit on fire right now because of that stupid lightning bolt. Also, who do we have to fight in this level? I'm assuming someone who uses a lot of elemental attacks. Who is it? Is it a plant? Oh, it's a crab. I haven't fought a crab before. You know what's funny? We're fighting a crab and we're already fighting the tougher version of it, even though we didn't fight the easy one. The crab is easy though. All he has are these bubbles that make characters go to sleep. Oh yeah, he has that too. I kind of forgot what he does. What are his moves? I remember that the episode in Patapon 1 that went missing was actually me fighting this guy. So if you guys watched my Patapon 1 Let's Play and you were very disappointed that the episode where I fought a giant crab went missing, well here you go, I'm fighting it in Patapon 2. And you know what I thought? When did this remaster came out? I think it came out on like the 10th anniversary of this game. Oh, not my hero. Fucking jackass. See when my hero dies and he's actually purple? That's with the bull Patapon and they're purple. Ah, you fucking asshole, they don't run away fast enough. That's an instant kill move. What a jackass. How is it my ice Megapon is always the one alive? Everybody else dies immediately. Man, they just fucking suck. Look, how the fuck was I supposed to run away from this? He was charging up his attack. And then I couldn't fucking... And then I used the runaway song, but it fucking didn't work. I feel like we're desynchronized with the boss fight. Like he does his attacks when I'm inputting songs. Make it impossible for me to predict what he's about to do and how I should respond. That's pretty shitty. Yeah, what the fuck else happened? I don't know. I mean, what happened? Oh, the worms were cool. Even though they don't really appear in full glory until like the end of the movie. I knew that that was part of the Dune universe, that there's like giant fucking worms. They were cool, but one thing I didn't really bought about them is that they respond to like rhythmic sounds, you know? There's a scene in the movie where they're mining something, and there's like a mining vehicle, like a big fucking platform, like a big tank kind of, and it's mining something. And obviously mining makes a rhythmical sound, so it's like it lures in the worms. But the worm is big enough to actually swallow the whole thing, and they try to save it, but it doesn't work, so they have to save it by like actually escorting everybody out of it, which is a pretty cool action sequence. And the worm swallows it. But what I don't get is that I can understand it with that, because that's like a pretty big thing. Like even when it like you see the worm swallow it, it's like I can see, I don't know what the fuck the worm feeds on. I'm assuming it feeds on like anything. So I'd imagine that that giant platform, the giant mining tank or whatever, oh, that's a nice, good idea. Jumping away instead of running away. Makes enough of these movements for the worm to actually be attracted to it, but a single person just walking on sand, I'd imagine such a giant fucking worm would not even bother to go and swallow tiny little human. Probably wouldn't even notice that it swallowed anything. There's even a scene of, like later when someone's riding one of them, and I was like, can you tame them? Holy shit. They don't look like the kind of animal that can be tamed and like has like a mind that actually understands what the fuck it's doing. Seems more to me like it's like a mindless creature that just goes around swallowing everything it gets in its path. The bad guys, who are called the oh Jesus Christ. Everybody's dead. And he was doing some kind of silly dance now. Just to mock me. What a jackass. The Empire, they're pretty evil, right? They're evil looking, they're the main bad guys. But I don't get is that they're kind of old, like really pale and really, and they're all bald and they kind of all talk with this like weird language and shit. Oh, that will help us too. That was my issue. I didn't have a stew with me. And well, now I know how to dodge his attacks. Actually, I don't know how to dodge his attacks because I'm not playing the game. I learned at that point how to dodge them. And I really do need that fucking song. Because it's a very useful song, as silly as it sounds. The Ballad of 9099. 99 red balloons. I wonder why 99? Is it that when Japan's studio formed or something? And they formed into a party and they were dancing like that? I was playing Astrobot recently, like a month ago maybe. And it has references to both Loco Roco and Patapon, and it makes me think like, are they gonna do anything with it? Like I imagine any kind of like how Sega, like any franchise they own that isn't like big, kind of like Crazy Taxi, they just turn into like a simple mobile game. I think there's a Crazy Taxi mobile game. I don't really keep up with the mobile game news unless they're interesting. And nothing really interesting is going on right now, to be honest. And yeah, I was kind of the fuck I was just saying. I was curious whether like Sony is gonna do something with Patapon and Loco Roco, because even if they got turned into mobile games, I would probably play them because I love Patapon and Loco Roco. Oh no, why did he put me in a bubble? Feels sick. Did I fucking die from going into a bubble permanently? Well, my hero's fucking gone, so you have my defensive capabilities gone, and I can't fucking for the love of me keep my rhythm up. Oh, this is going great. Going better than last time. I love when they say that. When they sound like that. It's like these tiny cute creatures try to sound intimidating. And somehow works. Oh my god. I apparently have some kind of a special unit super secret agent training tomorrow. So I'll probably do a lot of sitting around and listening. Kinda sucks. And yeah, charge attacks. I should have been doing those. Forgot. What a dumbass. Oh yeah, they have these spaceships that the Empire uses. Remind me a lot of the spaceship that was in Godzilla 2000, where it's kind of like very smooth. It doesn't have any sharp edges to it, and you can like you don't see like distinctive like engines and guns on it or anything like that. It's just like a big shape flying around. It's kind of intimidating. It was intimidating in Godzilla when you see that fucking thing, and it looks like a big fucking polished rock just floating above a city. In this movie, it's not that scary because there's plenty of them and it's just like a normal thing. But in Godzilla, when it shows up, it's pretty creepy because everybody was like, "What the fuck is that thing?" And then you show it, and they show you like it hovering above a city for scale, how huge it is. It's pretty big and creepy, I might add. I love how he has so many weapons stuck in him. He could drop one. Why don't we just take these weapons out of him when we defeat him? Motherfucker's weak to fire. I don't know why the fuck I haven't set him on fire more often. Ah, oh, you fucking slow fat bastard. I wonder if my speed actually somehow affects the way I run away from targets. I mean, from enemies. Which are my targets, but that's not what I meant. See guys, we're doing much better. We don't need the hero. The first game you didn't have the hero and you had to play the game like this without it. Some may say this game is easier because the hero is always on your team and he has powerful moves and when he dies he respawns after 10 seconds, but I don't know honestly, I remember having an easier time in Patapon 1. I think I did. Also funny how I actually have the stews, right? And I used them, but I didn't show you how the fuck I got them. But now it's too late for me to edit that because I don't have this. I mean, I guess I have the save file, but I don't care. Go now and fucking show you it. I'll probably show you later. Maybe that's the reason why episode 40 is an hour long. You think? Perhaps. Quite possible. Oh, shit. And they got these for like traveling around the planet that they're on, which is this big desert planet, by the way. Didn't mention that. It's a big desert in this whole movie, and I love that kind of environment. They got these like dragonfly helicopters, where it's a helicopter, but instead of a big rotor at the top, it has like dragonfly wings, which as much as it's kind of cool, I kept thinking, I don't know how practical that is, to be honest. Like, I know when you see a dragonfly, it like flies around really quickly and it like comes to a full stop whenever it wants, but it's like a tiny dragonfly, it's pretty small. And I thought maybe that's gonna be the gimmick with this vehicle, that you can move it like very fast and come to a full stop in like 1 second. But they don't, they kind of act like normal helicopters, just with a stupid gimmick. I didn't really like them. Apart from the fact that you can also kind of turn those off and then you can kind of like hover for a bit. I mean, not hover, like glide. You can kind of turn it into a glider. This move sucks. Got rid of my hero before. You know what, maybe my army doesn't suck. Maybe I should stop shitting on my army all the time. Maybe the problem is me. Maybe I just suck. See, now when I'm fighting this crab and I'm actually doing proper inputs and using the appropriate attacks, I all of a sudden stop dying. Never mind. Just fucking lost one. Well, he was a dumbass, he fucking got stunned by lightning. Oh wait, is that what sets the crab on fire? The lightning, not my fucking fire attacks? Why do I even have the fire attacks then? Why do I bother with these? Why do I bother with these ice weapons I have if they don't fucking freeze anybody? Might as well been using the fucking default shit. See how from this attack you don't even have to run away or anything, you can just immediately use the effect. I don't know how the fuck the dance move that gets rid of all the effects. You can use it as the effects are being put on you. And then you just fucking, you know, get rid of it. Look, his leg shattered. That's good. His legs kinda look like giant lasers. Like he's about to shoot a laser out of him. Like that robot did. Except he shot a laser out of his mouth. Like Godzilla. See, I became an expert on Godzilla all of a sudden because I watched all these fucking movies. And a year ago, if you would ask me about Godzilla, I'd be like, yeah, it's a big lizard. What about it? Just like Star Trek, I don't know, I just got into like a lot of franchises over these 2 years. Like if you were to ask me something about Star Trek, I would have been like, well, Spock's the character in it, they have a ship called Enterprise, and that's about it. Now I know a bit more of the backstory and like the Third World War that happened in the 90s in the Star Trek universe and all that cool stuff. I still don't know all about it, but more than I did before. That's how I get into franchises. A lot of people have like, make videos like, how to get into this franchise. Well, if I want to get into something, I'm just like, well, what's the earliest thing about it? Like, what's the first movie or what's the first fucking season of a show? And I just get into it. Unless something also requires me to read a bunch of comic books and visual novels and play a fucking board game, then I'm like, nah, thanks. I don't think I will. What the fuck is that? I got a potion, but not like a normal potion. This one didn't heal me. This one I collected. Interesting. Wonder what it's for. I think it might be for a minigame. Or maybe it's a special potion that will permanently make my Patapons 10 times stronger. No. They also have these really cool desert traversal suits, which not only look cool because they have cool masks attached to them and they just look like leather fucking armor and shit, and it looks really cool, and it comes with a hood. It's like my favorite aesthetic, a desert and like a fucking character wearing badass armor traversing it. The only thing better would be if they were like bounty hunters or something. That'd be fucking awesome. Guess that's why I like Mandalorian a lot. Or Fallout New Vegas. I got lost in thoughts. What the fuck I was saying? I'm lost in Fuff a lot. Look at the body of this crab. Looks like a pine cone. Looks kind of like one of those cakes. I forgot what they're called, but there's like a cake that kind of goes up like that. It looks like a pine cone, but it's made out of like these. I don't know. It kind of feels like rice, except it's not rice. I shouldn't call it a cake. It's more of a cookie. I really like them. Sometimes my aunt gives me those. I guess she knows somebody who makes these. And I call them chocolate. Oh, look, another potion. A green one this time. Is that Monster Energy? Oh yeah, I didn't rate it the Red Bull. I don't know, it's 6. It's a normal fucking energy drink. Definitely not worth the price. Which I didn't pay a full price for. That's my dad's Red Bull. He bought it, but he left it in the fridge, so... Well, it's mine now. Yeah, the fuck else I meant to say? About Doom. I really liked it. It's part 1, by the way, out of 2. I heard 2 is coming next year. A lot of people are into it. Supposedly it was like a big surprise to people that a movie like that became like a big hit and sold really well. Performed really well. Like, should have said you don't really buy a movie. I mean, you can, but you know what I mean. Like, a lot of people went to see it, so they bought tickets to the movie. I just got a red potion. Has to be more to these potions than meets the eye, right? Perhaps I give these potions to the, to one of the minigame guys, and they make me something good? Oh, shit. I imagine while I was recording this, somebody must have talked to me or something, and I got lost my rhythm. And I missed my charge attacks, that's great. If I fucking lose this, I'm gonna lose my shit. I hope I don't. My army's about to die. But the crab's also about to die. Just please, for the love of God, fucking defeat something for once. Stop losing me from the past. Why did I even record this? This is so embarrassing. I should have beaten the game and then replay every level, pretending that this is my first try. Oh yeah, last thing I fucking need, a lightning to fucking strike me in the face and kill me. Something strange about these hedgehog Patapons. They're the ones that always stay alive the longest. Megapon hedgehog guy I have on my team is also the one that stays alive the longest. Fuck him up. Well, that wasn't even more damage than they normally deal. I fucking ran right into it. Why did I walk forward? This is the worst move I could have performed. Well, my horsey, my mohawk horsey is the only guy left. Oh, this has gone pretty fucking awful. I could go over the plot of the movie and what the fuck happened in it, but I don't want to spoil it to you. I just wanted to talk about all the things I really liked. There's like a device they use at some point to try to assassinate Paul, which doesn't work. And it's like a fly with a needle on it, like a robot fly. And it kind of reminded me of that assassination scene in Attack of the Clones, when they tried to kill Padme. Was that in episode 3? When the assassin shapeshifter alien used some kind of weird slugs and let them into Padme's room? And I'm really fucked right now. I mean, I have a Patapon left, maybe he'll fucking pull it off. Or maybe he'll burn to death. hope he's out of my range and I'm using a charge attack right now. It's clever, right? Please, it was a charge attack. It dealt more damage. Ah, that shit sucks. I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna sit through this fucking bullshit with the last 2 episodes that are a fucking hour long. I wanna sit here for 2 hours fucking looking at this shit. I can already tell you the finale of it, of this game. It's me for over an hour fighting the final boss with like 1 Patapon. Because the rest fucking died. Oh, he's dead too? Oh, that's great. Maybe he's permanently dead. Well, I failed you guys. After all this fucking fighting, 20 minutes of fighting this fucking crab, I fucking died. What an episode. I'm struggling with this fucking game. I really am. See you fellas in the next episode. Bye.